Hello and welcome to the 2023 Heartland Soccer Media Day. I am your host, Nick Vassos, anchor at Fox 4 in Kansas City, and also the play-by-play voice of the Kansas City Comets of the Major Arena Soccer League. We're going to kick things off here with Baker University, and we are delighted to be joined by Baker University head coach Nick Aguilar and his senior, Hunter French. Welcome into both you guys.
How are you?
Hey, doing great. I am so excited to be back for my third year here, kicking off Media Day for the Men's Heart Conference here. And Coach, let's start with you. It was about a year ago this time that you had signed on to lead in year one for the Wildcats. Well, now you've had a year under your belt. Tell us about the process heading into year two and how excited you are for this group.
Yeah, I feel in a much better place compared to last year. Obviously, a lot more preparation and having autonomy to kind of recruit and pick the guys that we think are going to help us push on from our results and our performances from last season, and then also just spending more time with the guys that had been returning and being able to have them more used to my voice and my way of doing things. It's been really good.
Let's talk a little bit about your player right next to you, senior Hunter French. Tell us about him. What does he mean to your team?
Hunter is somebody that is a leader for us on and off the field. I think he's somebody that plays with a chip on his shoulder, and I think anytime someone watches our team, I think he's somebody that they're going to pick out and somebody that's going to help us, get results on the field, and a big part of our culture too, the way we want to train and doing the right things off the field. So he's massive for us.
Awesome. Hey, Hunter, let's just talk to you. Speaking of training, you're just kind of starting to get things going here. How's it been going so far?
It's been going good. We lost some guys last year, but we got a good group that came in this year, some transfers and freshmen. We've been kicking it off right off the start, and it's been good, working hard, trying to bring everyone together to get on the same page.
What do you hope to see from your team this year? And then tell us about some of the shared goals you have.
Just first and foremost, win games. And like I said, we want to have a culture that's together, have the Baker pride, and obviously get to the conference tournament and further into the national tournament. So
academics are always important at Baker University. Tell us what major what you have, and why did you choose that specific major?
I am a sports admin major. I kind of went into that major I love sports. I've been around it my whole life and would like to maybe work in the business area of sports one day.
Like specifically, what kind of job would you love to have in sports?
More of like I said, the desk jobs, office. I don't know about a coach yet, but I had an internship in this last year, and maybe that will be the case.
All right. I like it. Excuse me, Coach, another season with a new turf field and on campus, and home games are being played at your new stadium, which I guess now would be the second year. How's that been for the program, and have you been able to benefit recruiting from that?
I mean, the guys are so spoiled, with what we used to train on. We trained at North Park, and you got to deal with the North Park bounce, but it made you a better player. There's no excuses now. The ball rolls true, and no excuses not to have a first touch and put the ball down and play. So I think from that standpoint, the guys love it because it's a great surface, a lot of room to play and put the ball down. And then from a recruiting standpoint, it's a great thing to be able to have guys that come on campus and show them, our own field that just the soccer programs use. And I think a lot of student athletes or prospective student athletes are really impressed with the facility. So it's awesome.
Well, and you may have known this, you may not. I didn't know this, but apparently that field is one of the few FIFA certified fields in the Midwest. Did you know about that certification?
I believe it's FIFA certifiable. I think that's
Okay.
what the the distinction is because there's orange around the field, but it's, I mean, yeah, the resources that Nate and Scott George and the planning that went into it, yeah, it's first class. So all the away teams that come here for the first time are blown away. So
Oh, that's
it's amazing.
awesome. Well, let's talk about the schedule here. You've got a tough stretch in late August and early September with games against University of Northwestern Ohio, Cumberland's, Morningside, and Hastings. What do you hope to see from your side in the early tests?
Yeah, one thing we're trying to instill in the guys right now is that we're not going to achieve anything if we're not willing to suffer and work as hard as possibly can, and be good people. You know, as much talent as we have to treat each other the right way, and buy into working for each other, and be willing to, you know, sit in the trenches next to somebody and have their back and go through some difficult moments and some adversity and be up for it. So yeah, the schedule that we set, it's going to give us a lot of tests early, and obviously being in the heart of America, we play 11 teams that can beat you any day of the week. So you have to show up and be your best. So we're hoping these early games will show us what we're made of a little bit. And yeah, we're looking forward to the challenge.
Hunter, coach a little bit earlier recognized you as a leader on this team. I'm wondering what advice that you might have for an incoming student athlete who's about to play in the Heart of America Conference. And, you know, what would you share about playing, your experience in playing in the Heart of America?
Just to back off what Nick said, it's one of the best conferences, if not the best, in the NAIA. And something I've learned just being here the past 3 years from Nick and the other coaches is just to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Just learning to push through it, even though it might not be great traveling or playing really well teams. You got to find ways to beat them, and it's fun. I enjoy it.
Yeah, I love to talk about the Heart Conference because it is so tough. And Hunter, as you know, 4 teams qualified for the NAIA national tournament last year. I mean, the level of competition is off the charts. Can you go a little bit deeper about how tough this conference is, and when, as a player, you know, what kind of sacrifices and effort do you have to give in order to get through a game?
You really have to prepare for every game. I mean, from 2 days to game time. I mean, the players you're playing against are spectacular, but it's just going out there with your team and just being the best you can.
All right. Well, guys, Coach Hunter, really appreciate your time, and thanks for joining us on today's media day here for 2023. We wish both of you and the rest of the team and your school best of luck this season. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nick.